HR forum, and something special has been cooking during the times of lockdown, which is interesting that when we're all working from home, you guys were busy doing something special. And you guys created something that Namibia's workforce, I think, will cherish for years to come, the HR Practitioner's Handbook. And it's got massive, massive, massive insights in there from 11 authors, 13 chapters. And you're one of the drivers. In case you're wondering who's with me here, it's Dr. Clifford, Kendrick, Hlatywayo. Or you can hear the word doctor means it's important in some kind of a way. We have to find out what it is. But Doctor, you were one of the drivers of this book. What was the thinking behind, and what was really what you were trying to achieve by being a part of such a project?
Oh, thank you, Caleb. I think where are we going as HR fraternity? That is something that we really need to answer. And as you mentioned, we were in lockdown, and there are key questions that we have been battling about. And HR this, HR that, HR is not strategic, HR is not speaking for the employees, HR practitioners are working in silos, right? And I think the thinking behind the book was bringing in the minds behind HR, just to give one, practitioners within the field, and then two, to inspire the young students of ours who want to work within the HR practitioner, who want to be HR practitioners, and then to see what is wanted, what is required for me to be an HR practitioner, and what is required for me to move up the hierarchy.
Your chapter, so you talk about the future generation and the current student population and when they transition to become part of the workforce, and this is an HR practitioner's handbook. The question I have is, your chapter is on employability, and that's something crucial if you look in the global context at this moment. I don't want to sound like a broken record to reference COVID-19, but the question is, you wrote about employability, and what specifically pushed you to write about that? Was it inspired by the current global events, or it was something that's always been in your heart? If you want to share a little bit more on your chapter specifically.
Okay, with employability, I'll say it's something in my heart.
Okay.
That's a driver, that's what keeps me motivated, right? And then there are key questions that we need to understand with employability. What is employability? And what is employability within the HR profession, right? Just a background to employability. When we look at the HR profession, I think point number one is HR has always been a dumping zone for failed practitioners. I'm an engineer, I failed, then I said, I love people, HR.
The marketers could say the same, but that's another discussion.
So,
okay.
What is wanted for you to be employable within a profession? And let's remember, in the working definition for employability within the book is not about getting the job, it's about getting the job and being relevant in that profession.
Okay.
And then you'll see that within the book, I like that the chapters in the book, if you get the book itself, it really wants us to move backwards in order to move forward.
Okay.
By moving backwards, we're fixing the things that we are identifying as wrong within the profession. And then moving forward, we're empowering not only the future leaders for tomorrow, but we're also empowering the current HR professionals, just to give them a voice within the profession.
Within the profession, and you talk about being able to understand where you're coming from for you to know where you're going. And that entails next to my next question. So after this book, what's next? Now that we know where we are, we've got a handbook that's been written by 11 amazing authors, 13 wonderful chapters. What's next for you here? If you could, I don't know if you've got that authority to speak on behalf of the HR practitioners, or specifically within the context of the work that you've started, because I'm sure this is not the end, right?
Okay, I think even the other authors will also agree with me that this is just a foundation of what is coming. Because I think our ultimate objective is the professionalization of HR. And then with the professionalization of HR, what we need is, one, knowledge. Where is the knowledge that talks to Namibia? Because I believe you'll see that everything that we're using here is from elsewhere, right? We can give an example of what happened in South Africa. Now our shops are empty, the shelves are empty because we rely heavily on South Africa. So this is a homegrown product. And then we are shaping Namibian minds, and we're moving Namibian ideas to move the nation forward. That is the intention of That is what is next.
I'm truly amazed by when you answer the fact that we're trying to get something that is homegrown by Namibians for Namibians. It's part of the tagline of the book. It also says growing Namibia's workforce. One last question. I know we had what we needed to talk about. How was the experience? Because remember, we're in lockdown. You guys got 11 authors together, and you were one of the coordinators within that whole process. There wasn't a time where you could meet in one room as we're used to and discuss how we're going to write the book. How easy, how difficult was it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Ooh, I'll say it was difficult. Speaking for myself, it was quite difficult because you'll see that we wanted something that talks to both practitioners and academics. And finding your writing fit is something else. In my head, I'm a very good writer, but when you take a white paper,
And you have to put
that's something else.
thoughts into practice.
That was quite an experience, and
Yeah,
I think
I can imagine.
thanks to the lockdown, at least we were able to shape our ideas within, and then we have to embrace the new norm in quotes. So
Meeting virtually.
that's what we.
Wow, I think you guys did an amazing job. And that's all we have for today. We were talking to Dr. Clifford Kendrick Hlatywayo about the HR's Practitioner's Handbook by Namibians for Namibians. Growing Namibia's workforce is the tagline we're moving with. And we're definitely going to be speaking to all the other 10 authors, and I promise you wonderful insights are going to come from these amazing individuals. And remember that you need to stay relevant, you need to stay employable, and definitely this book is one to get on your lap and get reading, and you'll know what might help you in the future of the HR practitioning body. Thank you very much for joining us. Until next time. As you've just heard from Dr. Hlatywayo, it's important to stay relevant, and if you're wondering how you can do that, the HR Practitioner's Handbook is definitely something you need on your lap, and get reading by Namibians for Namibians, and it will definitely help you and everybody else around you grow Namibia's workforce. Until next time, ciao.